The intense heat wave baking much of the country is expected to only get worse this weekend, leaving more than 100 million people under heat advisories. Experts say this heat wave underscores the need to slow climate change, in part by reducing our dependence on fossil fuels. But there are already fierce battles playing out around the country over how and whether greener energy should be developed locally. Special correspondent and Washington Post columnist Catherine Rampell has the story.
Across Kansas, there are 4,000 wind turbines and counting. But as energy projects have expanded, so too has the controversy surrounding them.
They've turned friends against each other. They've turned families against each other over this.
I know two brothers that have farmed together for years. They hate each other now.
Technological advances and big federal subsidies have spurred a green energy boom across the country. But as critics have gotten louder, some local governments are putting the brakes on development.
In Franklin County, we've been able to get a 3-year moratorium on the construction of any turbines or solar projects.
Why does this matter? The U.S. government needs rapid renewable development to meet its climate goals. We went to Kansas, ranked 4th in the country in wind capacity growth, to see what all the fuss is about.
We have 95 turbines on site that produce about 300 megawatts.
The Diamond Vista Wind Farm, run by NL Green Power in rural Marion County, covers 73 square miles. These 500-foot turbines have been generating power since 2018. Jim Blaine oversees their maintenance.
It's like having 95 kids. You have the good kids, you have the okay kids, and then you have the troublemaker kids.
Now, these kids do have some great admirers.
I think they're majestic. I like building things. I'm a builder. And looking at the turbines, it's just a marvel of engineering.
David Mueller, a county commissioner in Marion County, says wind development has given struggling farmers a shot in the arm.
This is generally a lower income area. It's poorer ground. And you're here on an extremely beautiful day. Normally the wind howls here, and we do not say nice things about the wind. So if we can generate some income off of something that's not popular, that's a real win.
Mueller leases his land to NL. He views it as another extension of farming.
Personally, I'm proud of the fact that we're harvesting wind as a farmer. I grow wheat and we export it to feed the world. We raise cattle, we export it to feed our country and our world. I'm proud of the fact that we take wind and export the energy.
He points to all the ways the company has also invested in the tiny town of Tampa, population 100. Annual payments to the schools, money for a new library, funding for a freezer at the co-op grocery store, $35,000 for a new fire truck.
It's got a 700-gallon tank on it.
Volunteer Fire Chief Greg Behrens.
We have done fundraisers, chili feeds and hamburger fries, but that's a lot of hamburger feeds to make up that kind of money.
The company also paid to upgrade the roads.
We can use the roads to get into our pastures. We can use the roads to get to the pastures, which wasn't possible before when they were dirt roads.
My property goes all the way down to the hedgerow.
Not everyone is such a fan.
What was your reaction when you first heard that a wind development was coming to this area?
Anger. I had just built this new custom log home. This was supposed to be my retirement home. This is supposed to be my dream. Wind turbines is not my dream.
Amy Stutzman's property is surrounded by wind turbines recently installed by a different company.
So you were never approached about putting turbines on your own property?
No, ma'am. I only own 20 acres, and it's an 80-acre minimum.
She felt powerless to protect the magical country setting she loves.
These big, beautiful windows you have all have blackout shades. Why is that?
When that is the new view, I don't care to look at it. I moved out here to be on the farmland. Wind farms are not farms at all. It's nothing but industrial and commercial.
When we visited, the turbines were not yet operational. Stutzman feared things would get worse when they were up and running. Shadows cast by the moving blades, for instance.
You're gonna have shadow flicker. You're gonna have, next winter, ice throw, noise, vibrations on the ground. What does that do to underground aquifers? What does that do to, livestock?
At the Diamond Vista project on the other side of the county, there's been no obvious impact on livestock or groundwater. But at night, one common complaint does have people seeing red, blinking lights that warn aircraft of turbines. As for the project surrounding Amy Stutzman's property, it's already destroyed her relationship with neighbors who leased their land.
I understand things got kind of heated here.
I had vulgar messages spray painted on the side of my house. I've received death threats in my mailbox. What are you going to call that one?
She's been accused of harassing people herself and firing shots when Wind Company employees conducted a land survey nearby. She says she was target shooting.
I was still convicted of 3 felony counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
And you're appealing this now, correct?
Yes.
Stutzman wants to leave the area, but says she can't afford to.
One of my neighbors actually contacted a real estate agent and was basically told, you don't even need to list.
Because nobody will buy it.
Nobody will buy.
Elsewhere in Kansas, residents of Douglas County fear a proposed wind development could hurt their property values.
The turbines will start about 3 miles southwest of here, right on along the tree line. They'll just run to the north. My wife loves this view, and wind turbines will mess that completely up.
Philip Metzger is a farmer near Lawrence. He hosted a group of community members opposed to projects being considered nearby, including Janet Yaley.
If they put wind turbines in here, the electricity does not stay here. It's all sent to a southeast or southwest power pool.
I'm concerned because our county has a high population density. If you take the 3 cities that are dominant in our county out, we still have over 30 people per square mile in this county.
Michael Forth, president of the Douglas County Rural Preservation Association.
Put them where it's less populated, where people aren't affected by them.
While some residents back in Marion County saw wind as a means to preserve their farmland, Forth worries these kinds of developments will have the opposite effect here.
We have absentee landowners that live out here who have signed leases. Well, farmers rent that ground to farm, and now they're going to lose it. We have hawks, we have soaring birds. They're all going to be at risk.
He and his neighbors say they don't oppose clean power projects. They just don't want them so nearby.
I'm for clean energy, renewable energy. I'm totally for it. But I don't like the idea of somebody ramming something down my throat.
Wind development over time is getting more contentious.
Sarah Mills studies state and local renewable energy policies at the University of Michigan.
As the more remote rural places with lots of farmers have been taken up and wind projects have moved closer to where there are vacation home owners or where people have moved there in retirement, those more natural amenity landscapes, that's where you start to see lots more contention.
And that means getting permits for new projects is more difficult in some places.
What you've done at the local level is you've created what's effectively veto rights for the local governments. It becomes a classic case of, we want renewable energy, but not in our backyard.
Nick Coyle, who oversaw development of Diamond Vista, says he is running into more local resistance to renewable projects.
If there is discretion involved in the permit approval process, they can be in a bad mood that day, and a vocal minority can prohibit a broader community from benefiting from all of the economic and other benefits that these projects provide.
Mills says energy developers must convince local residents that building new infrastructure is in their interest, at least if we're going to meet our national decarbonization goals.
I think that's hard because we can all imagine landscapes where we wouldn't want to see energy infrastructure. And one of the real tricks in this is that those landscapes for me may be different than the landscapes for you. People in a place may have differences of opinion about that very same landscape.
As is the case in the places we visited in Kansas. To some, the turbines enhance the view and local economy. To others, they ruin both. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Catherine Rampell in Marion County, Kansas.